Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is night time where I'm at. That's right, it's night time. You hear the crickets chirping. Nice and quiet here. Nothing to sneeze about. Okay, in this video, before I get into this video, I just want to tell all of you this, Donald Trump, the President of the United States, is insecure and he's thin-skinned. He gets offended over every little thing, and people in the media are hounding him over the Epstein files. He's a convicted felon. He committed a lot of crimes. And he should be in prison right now instead of being president of the United States. Yes, and he's being authoritarian. He's taking away people's rights. And some people say he's a wannabe dictator. And case in point with him sending the Texas National Guard troops to Illinois and to Chicago. Well, Chicago that's more Pacific combating crime. Chicago is a high crime city, and I'm not going to believe that. I never been to Chicago, never been there. And going back to Donald Trump and being how he is, men like him are very, they're insecure and they're thin-skinned. They can't take criticism. They can't accept themselves for who they are. They want to be perfect. They want to be they want to be something for the people. And forgive me, I've been insecure on videos, older videos, or in previous videos on this channel. And I just want to bury the hatchet on that. I don't want to be insecure. I want to accept me for who I am. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I made some pretty bad videos on this channel. I'm not proud of those videos. Some of them were decent, some of them aren't. But the good videos on this channel tell a story. They tell some truth. And some of them were funny, and they are. So, when people come to my channel and leave comments and they point out how I talk in my videos, they ask me questions like, do you have a disability? You have a speech problem. And, it's the fact that, I'm not much of a talker. I'm very, I get choked up. I don't know what to say. I have Joe Biden moments, and I do. So, I'm trying my best not to have any Joe Biden moments when I make videos for this channel. So there, anyway, enough of that. Let me get into what this video is all about. Okay, tonight's topic, and it's nighttime. It's a Sunday night. Okay, tonight's topic is foreign women. That's right, foreign women. Before I get into this video, you guys see before you is a table with an umbrella stuck in the middle of it, into the hole in the middle of the table, and a chair. And I'm sitting in a chair that looks exactly like the chair that you see at the table. Okay, alright. Alright. Let me get back to what I want to talk about. Alright. Foreign women. Yeah, in videos of the past on this channel and some men here on YouTube talked about foreign women are better than American women. And they are. Foreign women make good wives. You know, they're wife material. And why are they wife material? Well, because they are sweet, feminine, down to earth, easy to talk to, and approachable. And they embrace their God-given femininity. They're just feminine all around. You know, they like to wear dresses. They like to wear feminine attire like dresses. They like to wear bikinis. Some wear jeans. And, you know, and they're gorgeous. They look good. They exercise. They eat right. They eat healthier foods that are good for them, and they take better care of themselves. And they will look good all the way into their 40s. You know, and you know, in foreign women, they don't look like train wrecks like American women do. And they don't demonize men. They don't put men down. They don't say stuff like this. There's a lot of good American women out there. And if you can't find a woman as a man, then that's your problem. And boo-hoo, you haven't found a woman, boo-hoo-hoo, whatever, boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And yeah, they don't do stuff like that. And you know, and before I go more into foreign women and comparing them with American women, I'm going to say this. You know, here in the United States, here in the US of A, if you are a man who has been single all his life, you've been single all your life, you're a heterosexual American male who has been single all of his life, and you never met that special someone, and if you go and talk about this, that you are a single, lonely man who's been single all of his life, and he never met a woman. If you say something like that to an American male, an American man, excuse me, then you be demonized by that American man, or other American men who are very, very toxic. And they'll say stuff like this: so-and-so shed his ass up. Or if you accidentally get into someone's personal business by asking them a question like this: okay, if you feel that way, why come you didn't leave America? Why come you didn't move to Spain, that country that you like so much? And that and you say something like that to an American man, and he'll say something like this to you: I'm dating a Spanish chick. I don't see her hardly. I see her and I see me, and this is the type of stuff that I keep off of YouTube. Then after that, someone will pop up and say this to you. Say this to the man who just spoke to you, and this person who's a guy will say this: so and so shed his ass up. And just laugh. I don't know what it is, but here in the US, it's like you get demonized and be put down if you're a single man who's been lonely, who's been single all of his life and never met a woman. If you talk about this, you be demonized. It's like you just be demonized by a bunch of people with pitchforks and flaming sticks. It's like they act like you're someone with supernatural powers, like you're practicing witchcraft or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna say that they'll demonize you if you bring up the fact that you've been single all of your life and you never had a girlfriend. You never been married. And they'll demonize you and put you down. And in this toxicity here in the US, it's just so toxic. You just be demonized and ripped apart here in America. And I'm not the type of person that will demonize someone, a man who's been single all of his life. I'm not going to put him down. And I'm not the type of person to do that. And that's just me. Toxic men and toxic women here in America, they'll just eat you alive. They're just like a bunch of sharks. Like they smell blood and they just go after you and tear you limb from limb over things like saying that if you tell an American that you've been single all your life and you never met that special someone, you say this: well, I've been single all my life and I never met that woman. I never had a girlfriend. I've been a virgin all my life. I never had sex. And if you say that to that American, other Americans, American men and American women who are toxic, they will just go after you and just hurl insults at you, rip you apart. Yeah, the men will say something like this: so and so shed his ass up. And the women will say this: there's a lot of good American women out there. If you can't find one, that's your problem. And you say that you hate all American women, and you're just a male with psychological problems, and you need to go see a therapist. Yeah, all of that. Well, I'm here to tell you, all of that stuff, doesn't bother me anymore. And if you're a single, lonely male, a man here in the U.S., you don't have to put up with this. You don't. You can just leave and go abroad and move to a country where you have to hear all of that at all. Okay, let me head back to let me go back and talk about foreign women. Yeah, foreign women are wife material. They love men. They dream of being with a man. They respect men. And they do. They don't demonize men. And they're not manly. They're not toxic. They're not mean-spirited. They're not overweight and out of shape. They don't look like they've been hit by a bus. They don't have 50 million tattoos all over their bodies. They don't have nasty attitudes. They don't look down on a man. And they don't stick their nose up in the air like the man isn't nothing. They don't do any of that stuff. At all. They don't care about how you look. They don't care if you're a nerd. They don't care if you're quiet, you're shy. They don't care about you saying awkward stuff. Yeah, they don't care about how you are. Like, they judge you for who you are on the inside, not what you look like on the outside. And I'll tell you why. All they care about is if you're a good person or not. All they care about if you're a good person or not. They care about if you're a decent man who's going to be a good father to the children that she or they are going to bear for you or give birth. They are not narcissistic. They are not picky. They are not toxic. They don't have bad attitudes. They don't think that all men are Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, Jeffrey Epstein, and R. Kelly. You will feel confident. You will feel confident. And you will feel good about yourself around them. They won't tear you limb from limb with a lot of toxicity like American women here in the U.S. do. Some American women, not all of them. And speaking of American women, I had a video on this channel, and it was a rant. It was a rant about American women, and some woman saw the video, left a comment, and said that this video was put together by a male with psychological problems, and this woman tells me that I need to go see a therapist. And she demonized me and put me down and ripped me apart because I told her that I never met someone, and I've been single all of my life, And she said this, boo hoo, boo hoo. Oh, you never met anyway, boo hoo, boo hoo. And you know, I just laughed it off, you know, and I did a video about this. It's up on my channel. Let's see what's the name of it is. It's titled "Toxic American Woman Who Is Way Over Her Head." That's the name of the video. And you know, I'm not gonna do videos like that anymore. Well, anywho, yeah, foreign women, you know, they can make a man's day. You know, they can make a man feel good about himself, you know, and you can compliment a foreign woman on how she looks. You know, her hair, how beautiful she is, the clothes that she wears. Yeah, if you compliment on how she looks, and you say this, so and so, you look gorgeous, you look beautiful. I just wonder if you're an angel that fell from heaven. You fell from heaven, and you fell from heaven, and you hit the ground. I just wonder if you're an angel that fell from heaven, and did it hurt? And she'll be flattered by this. She'll be happy. You know, if you tell her that she looks beautiful, she looks gorgeous, you know, it will make her day, and she will accept your compliment, and she will say thank you to you. She will smile. She's not going to give you an attitude and not care and ignore you like a typical woman in America does. And you know, I'm going to clear the air on this. People are coming to my channel and accusing me of hating American women, which is a woman or any woman who disagree with videos like this. I'm going to say this. You know, a toxic American woman who is rude, who is mean-spirited, who shows no love, who loves to gaslight single men who have been lonely and single for all their lives, they will say this, they will say something like this: there's a lot of good American women out there. If you can't find one, that's your problem. There is a lot of good women in America. Well, I'm going to debunk that, because that is a fallacy, and that is not true at all. That's not true. Here's the truth. There's good women in America. Not all of them are good. Some are good, some are bad. And the good women, the good American women, the women who are similar to foreign women in countries outside of the United States and Canada. These women aren't all over the place, and they're not. They are rare, hard to find, and taken. So there's less of these good American women and way too many of these bad American women. That's reality. So someone who says that there's a lot of good women in America is a lie. I think I said this in one of the videos that I did for this channel, like way back at the beginning of this year. And I'm not gonna say that all foreign women in countries outside of the United States and Canada, I'm not gonna say that all of them are good. Some of them are bad, you know. Some of them are pickpocketers to do pickpocketing. Pickpocketing. Some will take advantage of you, take you for a ride, use you. Yeah. But, in reality, there's less of those women and more good, decent women in the camp of foreign women. And there's less good women and more bad women in the camp of American women. You can find good quality, decent foreign women who are sweet, feminine, down to earth, easy to talk to, and approachable. You can find these women in Mexico, countries in Latin America, South America, parts of Africa, Eastern Europe, which is Russia, Ukraine, and Southeast Asia. You can find women like that in those parts of the world. Yeah. You're going to find those women in places like Northeast Asia, in North America, and in the Scandinavian countries. Asking a foreign woman out on a date and dating her, it's easy, it's simple, it's not difficult and out of whack like it is here in the US. No games, no toxic, insulting put downs, none of that stuff. Yeah, if you meet a foreign woman for the very first time in your life, and you tell her about yourself and she tells you about herself after you meet her, after you get to know her, if you tell her that you have your uncle and you have you have a niece or a nephew, which is the son or daughter of your brother or sister, if you tell her that your niece or nephew has mild mental retardation or has a disability like Asperger's or autism or a learning disability, I mean, she'll be shocked, and she'll feel bad. You tell an American woman this, she wouldn't care at all. She wouldn't give a flick. Meeting foreign women, dating them, and being in a relationship with them, or being married to them, it's the best thing in the world for a single, lonely man who never been with anybody. It's refreshing to them, and it is. You feel like a new man. You feel good about yourself. And you will. You can hold her hand. You can walk through the park. You can open doors for her. You can be a gentleman. She'll be pleased. She'll be happy. Yeah, and you can talk to her, about anything because she's so down to earth and she's very educated. Yeah, and also if an American woman who's very toxic and mean spirited and like to hurl insults, like to be rude, if she tells you, oh, go seek Bitter Brian. Bitter Brian means go seek out a prostitute, a hooker, for sex. And why in the world would you mess around by throwing your money away on some dirty, filthy, nasty, disgusting hooker? Throw all your money away on this dirty, disgusting prostitute. Why throw all your money away on some hooker? You can just simply just leave the sinking ship, which is the U.S., and just travel abroad to a foreign country with women who are sweet, feminine, down to earth, easy to talk to, and approachable. And I heard this. I hope this is still true. In foreign countries, there's more single women than men. Vice versa, here in the U.S., there's more single men than single women. So, and also, before I end this video, this is part of foreign women. I talked about this in a previous video about young people and the old people in the U.S. versus the young people and the old people in foreign countries outside of the U.S. and Canada. Okay, I'm going to focus here. I'm going to focus on the U.S. Okay, here in the United States, the older people are down to earth and sociable. That's right, the older people are down to earth and sociable. And the young people are not. Okay? You head overseas to countries like Russia, Ukraine, which is in Eastern Europe, or some countries in Europe, Mexico, and Latin American countries like Colombia, Argentina, Brazil, Costa Rica, some countries in Latin America. The young people are in those parts of the world. The young people are like the older people. The young people are friendly, sociable, and down to earth, and the older people are mean and grouchy. I'm saying that the older people are all like this. Some are mean and grouchy, some aren't. And in those other parts of the world, you as a single man can meet a woman in the younger, you can meet a woman in the crowd of younger people and in the women in the older crowd. So that's what I heard. So that's all I gotta say in this video. Okay, yeah, it's Sunday night. Not much going on around where I live. Yeah, you saw the table and the chair, which you see before you. There's an umbrella sticking through the hole in the middle of the table. Yeah, the table's really dirty. I have to clean it off. It's full of dust and dirt. I'm in the back porch of my home. So I'm basically outside. I mean, the back porch is completely screened up. So, sitting in this chair, making this video, relaxing. It's nice and cool outside. I went for a ride today. I went for a drive. I drove from where I live all the way to a roadside park that's off of US 79 in Panola County, Texas, which is near the Louisiana state line. And I went there to make a video, and the video was terrible, so I decided to do that video again here. It was really, really bad. And after that, I left the roadside park, which is a picnic area. Trash cans, picnic tables. I did some videos there for this channel in the past. Left the picnic area and went into Louisiana. Then I got onto the freeway, autoroute or autobahn motorway, and headed back into Texas to head home. So so that's my little adventure for today, and it's good that I got a chance to get out of the house, to feel one with myself by being at that roadside park, which is in the forest. Trees, grass, a lot of nature. The roadside park, the picnic area was next to a farm. You had the highway which the roadside park was connected to. I was the only one there. Saw someone in a white pickup truck, came there about 1 or 2 times, and I think that they're scoping me. Are they going to do some harm to me? Or probably going to call the police on me? So, I don't know. So I got in my car and left. I didn't stay there for very long. I left and came back here. Yeah, that's America, Racism galore. But if I was in Canada or in Europe or in other countries that have way more freedom than the US, I wouldn't be having this problem. So yeah, anyway, foreign women are better for a single lonely man. If you're single and you're alone, or you're a young guy and you're trying to meet that special someone, and you have no luck with the women here in the United States, or if you're a person that's been single for all of your life, give foreign women a chance by heading abroad. Or you probably meet a foreign woman here in the U.S. But, also, if you meet a foreign woman in a foreign country, don't bring her back to the U.S. Because if you do, she'll be corrupted by all the toxic, loop-sided, mean-spirited rubbish here in the U.S. She'll be corrupt by all of this stuff. And she'll be like these American women who are toxic and mean-spirited, who like to gaslight and rip apart and put down men who've been single and alone for all their lives, and they're complaining and they're bashing American women. Yeah, that foreign woman will turn into these women. Yeah, don't ever bring a foreign woman back to the States. just stay in her country, live in her country, or you and her can move to another country that's not like the U.S. That's more like her country. Okay, that's all I gotta say. It's nighttime where I live, so I'm gonna say this. Good night from my home out in the sticks. Cheers and au revoir. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. Cheers. Goodbye.